The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
You guys can't hear the intro, but I can hear it, and boy, does it sound good.
It's weird not having headphones.
I know. I'm just listening to music by myself. Just let me enjoy it while you guys sit there in silence.
He's gonna play out the sound effects and like all this stuff.
You got to talk right into the mic. Mic in the mic.
I got nothing to say.
Mic in the mic. Guys, welcome back. Wow, my voice is so fucked.
You sound like you're going through puberty.
Yeah, I am. Welcome to episode 199
Holy shit.
of Talk into the You can't keep it in the middle of you. Yeah, you got to curse into the mic. This is going to be interesting. Welcome, guys. Welcome back. Talk into the
I think it was so cool
Mike.
when we did that.
Talk into the
So
fucking
it was-
microphone.
That was on purpose.
Let's wrap this one up. I think we've done enough damage here for one.
So we officially know that 2 guests is too many for
Oh,
your
it's too many.
podcast on the road.
No, the thing is, 2 guests is great, but 2 microphones for 3 people is something else. Guys, welcome back, really by popular demand, to Jodi Billings and Mike Grisiak.
No sound effect? Yay!
Mike's gonna really make me mad. Mike, talking to the microphone. Jodi, take the mic.
I can't with this.
I'm sweating. I'm so angry right now. This guy, he's what's it called? I don't know. What are you doing to my show right now? Ruining it?
Sorry.
I'm kidding. Welcome back, guys. We are, 4-5 weeks into this tour?
I think 5, but you gotta count
5
one
weeks on the
weekend.
calendar, but we're like, 4 shows in? It feels like. Yeah, we're on this Jane's Addiction and Smashing Pumpkins tour that last time you guys were on, we were preparing for. And now we're out here, and things have just been super smooth.
You're joking, right?
Yeah, I have. I mean, unfortunately, I missed the first 9 days of tour, I guess, because I had COVID, and
Yeah, that's right. Those are the best 9 days of the tour so far.
I don't have a boo sound effect, so I'll just do a laugh instead because that was your attempt at a joke. Good job, Jodi. And then we also missed about a week, a couple weeks ago, which was unfortunate, but we're back now. And I got to say, I want to know your guys' impressions of the tour so far. Mike,
I've been waiting for this since I was like 12.
That's what I was going to say. Like these are
Literally.
These
But
are
now
your 2 favorite bands.
I'm working with them and I know people and I'm getting paid,
Right.
which is bonus.
You can't really beat that.
Yeah.
Would you say that these are your 2 favorite bands of all time?
Yeah.
Or in your top 3?
Top 3.
And the other one is Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the 2 best bands of those 3 are out together, in my opinion, personally. So what's it like for you now that you're out here doing it, to be out here with those 2 bands?
I mean, I've been working with Steven for 5 or 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And just from being around, and I know Jimmy now,
Jimmy Chamberlain
from outside of this stuff. So it's funny. Like I think anywhere in your career like this, with me, I can't talk. It's everything is so gradual.
Yeah.
Where it's not like you made like a huge step and it's like, oh my God, like this is insane. Like, yeah, it's fucking awesome. But I know the guys and stuff and I've been around enough where it's like, it's more natural and it's nice to, you feel welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you show up and people know who you are and it's not like, like you're afraid to talk to anybody or anything.
Well, you're at a point now where they're your peers.
Yeah.
Which is it's a weird thing to realize is that like your heroes know you by your first name.
Yeah. Actually, it was funny. The first Jane's Addiction show that I did was Jane's Addiction playing with Chili Peppers.
Oh, and that backyard thing.
And when
you weren't there for that,
When
Jody.
I got there, you're like, "Oh, hey, I just read this article about you and Jimmy Chamberlain," and I was like,
Oh yeah.
"This is kind of insane."
And that was about the drum set.
Yeah.
Can you tell people what that's about? Because I like to collect things as well, but you collected something pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
What'd you
so
get?
every time I sit down behind my drums, and ever since I've been playing, basically, I sit down, and I think everybody kind of does it. Like, I know Steven there's like a Zeppelin beat. He sits down and he plays the Zeppelin beat. For me, I'm like, there's like pumpkin stuff that I play, and it's like I hear these drums in my head, and I'm like Googling like pictures of them, and it's like, oh my God, they're going to be for sale.
How'd you find out?
I was Googling pictures of like Jimmy Chamberlain, 1995, 96, like white drums. Just because I like those drums.
Yeah.
And it's like Reverb selling like all my drums kind of thing.
So Reverb is like it's like an eBay, but just for musical equipment.
Yeah.
And you can usually find pretty decent deals on there, I think.
I got a great deal on the drums.
So what'd you get? Explain what you got.
So I got the kit that was his first custom drum set. It was the first one, I think the only one that they made like that. It's a Yamaha Maple Custom, which they don't make anymore. White Marine Pearl wrap. And
Marine Pearl.
yeah.
That's one of my favorite wraps.
So it was his kit that he got for the Lollapalooza tour. From Lollapalooza, they went into...
They did 92 or 93?
94. 94. And from there, they went in to record Melancholy. And there's that kit. There's actually two versions of the kit. And one was set up in one studio, one was set up in the other studio. And they recorded that album between those two kits. So I got one of those kits.
That's pretty fucking
And
cool.
actually, it's pieces from both of the kits.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's at home now, and I play it.
Is it when you showed me your drum room that your like soundproof drum room you made? Was that the kit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What, Jody? You couldn't hear you because you weren't on mic.
Does he know you have it?
Yeah. I when I got it, like I was talking to him, and he's like, yeah, like let me know, like, I'll give you tuning tips and this and that. And he sent me like a list of the songs that were recorded with it.
Oh, so
like,
he has recall of which what
yeah.
it was used
He
for.
knows like the history of it.
What's the biggest hit that was played on that kit?
hit? I mean, I'd have to look back in my phone and see
Okay.
which songs.
Okay,
But
that's pretty killer, dude.
But yeah, it's pretty rad. And check this out.
Checking.
So one of the drums was missing a hoop. There's only one fucking hoop.
Okay,
And I was searching. Long story short, I found the hoop.
that's really good radio right there. You really took us on a journey. That was wonderful.
My stories end up going on so long, but yeah, I was searching.
There's no limit on how long we can go here. You can tell the story.
So,
Hey, there's a
looking
problem.
for-
I solved it. Next question.
No, so the hoop, it got separated from the kit, and I was looking reverb,
Wrap it up, Mike.
internet,
Come on. Wrap it up.
and then I found it. But yeah, no, I actually found a sold listing, so I contacted. I think I was on Reverb. I got a hold of the store, and the guy went through their history of their sold items. They contacted the guy. Couple months later, I think, he finally responded, and he was like, oh yeah, I was going to drill holes into it.
Oh, God.
But you can have it for what I bought it for, plus shipping. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
So, yeah, I got it.
So, Jody.
And I got the road cases.
Hey,
There's more.
not quite done.
And so one of the road cases is a green road case. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you've seen them because they still have. I've seen their wardrobe cases. I'm sure they got them made at that same time. And when I was looking for road cases, if you Google, like, I don't know if I just Googled like drum case or whatever, like flight case. If you go, it pops up, the R&R case people have that exact case, that actual case as the picture reference on their
Look
website.
at that. Dreams do come true. Let's give an applause to Mike. Fuck yeah, dude.
Pretty cool.
I'm going to ask Jodi a question, then I want you to answer the same question.
I know. I'm afraid.
Well, what is your take on the store so far? What are your impressions of the store? Because you have what, 7 years with Jane's now? 7 or 8 years?
Yeah, I think we figured out the other night. I started in 2015 with Jane's. So yeah, 7 years.
How does this one feel? A reminder: Jodi does wardrobe on the tour and some hospitality stuff, and you pick up slack where it needs to be picked up. You kind of do all things, and you take care of us. You're on the bus with us. Mm-hmm. You took it upon yourself when we get to the hotels. Jodi runs in and grabs all the room keys, so it's not a big rush of elephants running in to like get their key. You go in real calm, like retrieve them, bring them to us one by one. What is your impression of this tour, Ben, compared to other Jane's tours? How is it for you? How does it compare?
That's actually a good one because for Jane's, I've done production coordinating for years and then also hospitality, dressing rooms, and wardrobe. On this one, the job was split because it's a big enough tour where we have a separate production coordinator. But she's new to us, as you know. So there is a lot of the stuff that I absorbed from that. But this tour specifically, in comparison to other tours since I started with you, is the first time we're not headlining.
Oh, yeah.
So other than festivals that I've done with you guys where we're not headlining, which sometimes we are, sometimes we aren't.
This is a co-headlining tour?
The billing says guest.
I know, I'm
guest
just kidding.
Starring.
Initially, it was supposed to be a co-headline, which, like, and everyone knows co-headlining still means like someone's opening, someone's closing.
Right. Yeah. So we're not the closers every night. So
which I would argue is the best spot. I think going on before the closer or like being the middle band is kind of the best spot. I'm curious what you guys think, because I feel like no one's going to leave for you because they want to see the headliner. And so they're going to be there for your whole set. And then for us, we're done so early.
I was going to say, it's as far as how my gig goes on this one, it was a little busier to get going. Now that we have a rhythm, it's really good. It's nice. I think our camp has the most cohesive, oh my God, work ethic. We're all very similar. We're all veterans of this business. We've been doing it long enough where we came in, we were told the parameters we had to work in, and we made it happen, even though some of them are a little busier or different than usual. Like our loadout time we have a very small one.
Down to like 2 hours.
Yeah. Mike,
from like 18.
Mike, let's be honest for a second. Hold your thought for a second, okay?
Holding.
I was very concerned about our loadout because we were told we have to have everything, all the backline, which is all the gear, all the wardrobe, and all of our production stuff, and all the sound. All of our stuff has to be packed away in trucks pulling away within an hour of the show being over with. And
which is insane for
usually,
my world.
Mike has taken upwards of 30 to 45 minutes sometimes just to get the drums put away. So I was a little bit like, I wonder how this is going to work. But you have been kicking ass, dude. You really got it going.
Mike.
But we're
all proud of you.
But the reason that's happening that way is because Mike put in. No one works harder on the tour than Mike does, or
that's a fact.
One's doing more, like all day long.
Detail.
Yes,
and
the reason
cares the more.
No one cares more than Mike does.
The details than Mike.
And the reason why you're out is going so much faster is because you put so much work in rehearsals to get your job ready, and you planned for this. So kudos to you, Mr. Michael.
I'm pretty sure Dan spent a lot of time teasing you about that time you were putting in rehearsals the last time we were
I
on
tease
your
all
podcast.
the time, but honestly, I'm blown away by his work ethic. It's
amazing.
Something
It's incredible.
I've never seen before. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good for you. It might be a little unhealthy as well, but it is impressive.
There's a lot of ADHD things that have been popping up on Instagram lately.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing I also have that.
Universe is trying to tell you something.
It's
so
true. It's
you
true.
were saying.
Well, yeah, but I mean, on that same token, like just trying to get things done, especially in my world in that short a period of time, means I have to have the band completely out of their stage clothes and everything in their dressing rooms packed up in less than 30 minutes in order to get it to the trucks before you close them up. And that's probably my least favorite thing is having to rush a band member. Like, I need you to get in the shower now, especially when they have
I feel
guests.
like a mom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of like babysitter vibe.
Because when we're closing, like everyone's on our time, you know what I mean? So like if they want to stick around for 2 hours, they kind of, it's annoying, but they can do it.
Yeah.
Here we don't have that luxury of like,
No.
And also for you, your first 7 years was dealing with the same 4 guys, and now you have two new guys involved.
And it's very different. Yeah, the aspect of how things go in the dressing room is very different with these band members, but luckily they're amazing. They're all amazing. I mean, I could not be more grateful for the people that we have to work with and take care of, because they're all so grateful. And actually was just having this conversation with Etty Farrell last night. Was there's bands you work for because it's your job and you're out there to collect a paycheck and do the best job you can. And then there's bands you work for where you're even willing sometimes to take a slightly lower pay rate because they're amazing people to work with. They show the gratitude. We were joking that I was like a hurricane, but I always describe working for Jane's as like a hurricane of rainbows, where
That's adorable.
Where like things can
by the
be
way, that's the name of the episode. By the way, Hurricane of Rainbows is what we're calling this one. That's
well,
great.
because most touring of any kind, no matter who you're working with, can be a hurricane at some point. Like there's chaos that happens. But working with these guys, it's like you're just dealing with the most grateful people no matter what. So they're always thanking you at the end of the night. They know that they understand what we do, which helps in return because they know what we're going through and they appreciate it, which makes you just want to work for them more. You're like, I'll jump through extra hoops for you, because just being recognized and getting a thank you at the end of the day makes a world of difference.
Thank yous go so far.
So far.
And or even just like feeling a little bit appreciated can make us go above and beyond for anyone that we're working for.
Thank you all the time.
You guys have a great relationship. I mean, and I feel like it's outside of work. I feel like you guys are actually friends.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I worked.
Actually, I feel bad. He said to call him, and then I got in the shower, and then I came here. I forgot to call.
You'll get to it. But I've worked for Navarro for 15 years now, and he's a friend. And if you can get a good working relationship with a friend, it doesn't get much better than that. It can go sour, but so far not for you, not for me. No, it can go bad. What else I want to ask you guys? I have a bunch of things. Mike, you do another thing that is very, very strange for people that are on tour, but it's also amazing. Every night.
I don't get it. Why wouldn't
Listen. This is also going to surprise people. I feel like most of the audience is going to be on your side with this, but people in the industry think there's something seriously wrong with you. So after Jane's is done, my voice is so weird. We rushed to get packed up, and no one rushed. Now I know why.
Why do you think it's so fast?
That's why you're so fast. I just put it together. So when we're done, Mike goes and watches the entire Smashing Pumpkins set every night.
I made it out to the first song the other night. I think that's the second time.
Yeah, we've been going pretty quick lately. I've had it a couple times. So Mike watches the whole set, and I know at home you're thinking, yeah, of course. But when you do this for a living, for most of us, the last thing you want to do after a show is watch or listen to any more music. But you take so much joy in watching them play every night. But the weird thing for me is that they're playing the same set. So what? But they sound, because I've watched a few. I watch a little bit every night. Not every night. No, that's not true. I've watched. How many shows have we done? You keep track.
It's like 20. I'd have to look at my. I'd actually have to look at my phone. I think we're at 22 of 32 or something like that.
All right. I've probably watched 7 or 8 shows, parts of 7 or 8 Pumpkin shows, and I don't feel like they're any different. They're all great. I guess they're all good. What makes you want to go back and watch every night if it's the same set?
So, first show was one thing.
I get that.
Next show it was different. They changed it up.
You do have a way with a story.
No, I don't want to give anything away though, too, because it's like
it's in the past. You can give it away. It's in the past.
it isn't the same every night. They have their basic thing, but depending on if they're taking longer or if they're quicker or whatever, they might add a song or they might take out a song. They've actually, when we were not able to come, they added songs.
Yep.
And then when we came back, I was like, hey, they're still playing one of those songs.
Okay.
And then there's other songs that they didn't play. But I've always said, like, if you like a band and they're playing, don't be like, oh, I'll catch the next time, because you might not catch it. And on this tour, it was like, okay, we're going. It's like, good thing I watched those shows, because then we missed 5 shows.
Right.
And if that turned into no shows,
right.
then you miss it.
I mean, and also, like, tragedy can also happen. You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
So, what?
Yeah, I don't want to
That's
say.
sad, Dan.
But it's true, though. I mean, I found out this morning that a friend of mine passed away, and I would have thought for sure I'd see her again, but you never know what could happen. So something can happen on the tour where for some reason you can't. Oh, it's fine. But you never know when you might not be able to see a band again. So I wish I had that joy and love for live music that you still have, but it's so far dead for me. That being said,
By the way,
yeah.
I saw a post about your friend, and then I saw your post. I don't know if you know, but she's the one that did the
scarecrows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lainey Chantal, who was she's been in and out of my life for the last I guess 7 or 8 years. Passed away on Halloween, and it's very, very sad. From all things that we've gathered, it was an accidental overdose, and people you can't fuck around with stuff anymore. You don't know what's in there. Just smoke weed and only smoke your own weed. It's weird. Yeah, it's sad. But she had a piece in the Smashing Pumpkins tour design. There's these scarecrows that come out on stage, and she hand sculpted those masks. She's done masks for Slipknot and Marilyn Manson. She was an incredible special effects person. So, yeah, it's sad. So rest in peace. Now what? That's fine. Yeah, it happens, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you never know what could happen. Let's talk about for a second the vibe of our bus.
Oh, the best bus.
The best bus is what you named it.
Even if you don't get to see them again, or if it is the exact same show, it's fucking awesome.
True.
There you go.
Listen,
besides all that, it's fucking awesome.
No part of me is shitting on the Pumpkins because they sound amazing. I'm a fan of the band. They were the first band I ever saw live, so it's even for me, it's surreal to be on tour with the first band I ever saw live. But I feel like I've watched a couple shows and like, okay, I get it. And now, like, if I have guests in the audience, I'll go watch a couple songs with them and I get my fill. But yeah, what you do in this world is so strange. But you're living the dream of everyone who is listening or watching this. You're seeing your favorite bands for free every night for weeks and weeks on end.
I'm bummed there's like a couple weeks.
Hopefully there'll be more.
You're sad it's ending.
Hopefully there'll be more. So listen, how about this? Let's say that when this is over, Pumpkins want to hire you full time. Do you go?
Well, it depends what my schedule is.
Well, is that him? What? It's Jimmy and Perkins. I have to go. Let's talk about our bus for a minute.
The best bus.
I think we've been fortunate to have. You can put that Do Not Disturb anytime you want if you want to. No. You want to keep it vibrating?
I believe that was more of a suggestion.
It's fine. It's kind of fun. I think we've all had some pretty good tour buses. This or tour. We have 2 crew buses. And we have 10 people on ours, and without question, we have the better lineup.
The best bus.
The best bus. Was that you named it?
I forget I don't know who said it first.
I thought it was you.
I thought it was you.
I mean, maybe I'm not going to take the credit because I'm not 100% sure, but somebody said it in our group chat, and I just kept going with it because it really feels like we have the best bus. Everybody is on the same wavelength, more or less. Like usually there's one like total dick that you're like, ugh, and you just avoid.
There's
on the
usually
bus.
one. There's always
There's
one.
always one. This
Yep.
one does. We don't really have one.
There's
I mean,
not
we have
one.
one green bubble, which disrupts the group
Explain
chats.
what that is.
Well, like in a group chat,
I get so angry.
and almost everybody who tours typically are Apple people. And this
Adults.
is not an endorsement by any means, but we just like our things to sync because what we do for a living, it's nice when everything's synced up because sometimes you're mobile, sometimes you're on a computer, sometimes you're wherever. And so most people have iPhones, and there's one human, and it makes our group chat turn green from blue to green, and then you can't do things like name the group chat or like comments and stuff,
Or see a fucking video that someone sends.
or share a video because
a video comes through the size of a grain of fucking rice, and you can't watch it. And then if someone sends an image and I want to love it, it tells everyone Dan Cleary loved an image rather than just seeing the goddamn heart on it. This is no way to live.
It
That's
really
what I'm
isn't.
saying.
Speaking of, I have somebody messaging me for the show tomorrow that I actually have to answer.
You do?
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's for work.
Go for it. Go for it.
Mike, you
I
talk
got one
you
that I
talk
gotta
about the
answer.
bus.
I'm going to talk by myself. Oh, you're actually leaving, Jody?
No, I just gotta get my phone.
Okay. Yeah, come back and sit. You can text while you sit. Oh, by the way, do you need a pillow? You have an issue on the bus.
The color of the pillow.
So Jody has an issue on the bus. She has her own personal pillow that she puts behind her back because if she doesn't, her fucking feet dangle like this over the bench, and it's hilarious. By the way, do you know this is the first podcast I've ever done in socks in my life?
So, first of all, here's the thing. Our bus is built differently than most buses. I don't care about your socks. What I care about
Look
is
how cool they are, though.
you revealing that I need a booster seat on a bus.
You're little, dude.
I have
itty bitty.
short legs. I'm pretty average for a woman. I'm 5'5".
I'm
not
sure,
like
but you look
tiny
but
by
you're-
any means. But nobody likes their feet dang.
Her feet don't touch the floor when
They
she's
don't.
sitting on the couch on the
They don't.
bus.
But like this is a fairly standard couch, and I fit. That couch on the bus is a little.
It doesn't
different,
feel
so I
deeper.
just have to,
It doesn't feel deeper to me.
I have a booster seat behind me, and then I can touch the
Mike
floor
looks so
like a
confused.
proper adult.
No, because I actually noticed that your feet were dangling, and I didn't see anything.
Isn't it hilarious?
It's funny because you're right. Your feet are on the ground, and it's not.
Like here, they're
It
firmly
doesn't seem
planted
like
right
it's
now.
Like it's a shallow couch or a deep couch on the bus.
Is it higher, maybe?
It's probably a little deeper and higher. It's the
You're
combination.
making excuses.
It's a little bit that and a little bit that, so it equals that. The math.
That's proper. That was very scientific.
Either
little
way,
bit of that,
it's-
little bit of that equals that.
But it's a cute stuffed animal, so it adds aesthetic to our bus, which I've gotten some deco and stuff, so it's quite nice. And
Do you want to talk about? So I missed the first few shows. Do you want to talk about how you guys destroyed the bus when I wasn't there? I want to just keep myself in the clear for the lawsuit, but I want you guys to talk about what you did.
We didn't destroy it. We enhanced the holiday spirit.
What happened?
Agree or disagree?
By the way,
I think it looks amazing now.
we have.
It's like tattoos.
It is the whitest bus I have ever seen. It looks like you're in.
And that's actually not a racist comment.
No. I mean, truly, the color white. The people on the bus are also just the whitest people I've ever seen.
Oh, that's true.
You know, my nickname with Eagles was White Mike.
Woo, that's rough.
Totally understood it. I didn't know.
Did they have a darker mic that worked there before?
No, I think it was a Canadian thing. Great White North.
Okay. Great White Mike is even better though. I would call you Great White Mike. But White Mike sounds really like fucking not good.
That's kind of what I always thought.
You know what? Guess what? We're bringing it back.
I think it should be Great White Mike, though.
Great White Mike is good.
Yeah.
But our bus,
Great White Buffalo.
our bus is the walls, the floor, the cabinets, the bench, couches, everything is bright white. The outside is bright white.
Yeah. Like
They got all like the trim and all the accents, like the cutoffs for making the other buses, and they made full buses.
Yeah, kind of. And it's like if you ever watched 2001 Space Odyssey, it looks like that movie.
Yeah.
Or
it's like whiteout white.
It looks like we are riding inside of a stormtrooper from Star Wars.
Good. I accept that analogy.
Cheers.
Good one.
So what did you guys do that ruined the bus again?
We didn't do anything.
You defaced it. What'd you do?
We enhanced its holiday spirit.
It's time to be honest. It's time to take responsibility for what you've done. Please let people know.
Okay, the
what you
full
did.
story. I went out to Target on a day off, and I was buying some essential things that we needed, and I got some holiday spirit stuff. I got a couple little decoration
October.
things and some window clings, like those little gummy. I don't know how to describe them.
And this is where
window
it gets
clings.
destructive.
And I brought them onto the bus, and I said, I got some decorations, and I got some twinkle lights and a few other things. And the guys collective started sticking them to things.
Did you put any up?
I put a couple, but not on the ones that. Okay, so some of them left a stain.
Not a stain. Like Mike said, they're fucking tattooed on the wall. So it's these like
I've never even seen it. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I'm just kind of going along with
it's like a gel pumpkin and a gel ghost and a gel. What else is on there?
They're window
Bananas.
clings. They're the little.
Yeah, but they're like
it's a moon. It's not a banana. It's a
it's-
moon.
that makes a lot more sense. Oh my god! I've been wondering, what does a banana have to do with Halloween? It's a fucking moon. It's a crescent moon.
It's a fucking moon.
What's with the moon and the moldy bread? It's a skull and a moon.
Oh, so stupid.
You are. You really are.
Dude, those
We even have it.
those
One
classic
of them.
Halloween bananas everyone loves. Boo,
We have
Nana.
it set up like
Boo, Nana.
one of the wooden panels. We have it set up with the moon and stars and some bats and then a pumpkin at the bottom.
Yeah, but the moon's, it's always been like this. So I
No,
thought
it's
it was
only
a
like that on the one on the bathroom side.
Ah, God. Anyway, so they put up all these like gel, sticky clings, as you call them. But when you take them off, all the color has been like left in the pleather
it
or whatever the
leached
plastic.
From
Leaching.
the window cling
Yeah.
into
Temporary tattoo, and you put it on, you take it off, and it's still there.
But it ain't so temporary. This one,
yeah.
we've tried.
Well, the problem is that our bus interior is made of that PU leather. It's like fake leather. It's like
PU leather?
It's like polyurethane,
But pleather,
leather.
yeah, fake leather,
It's
pleather.
fake leather,
Yeah.
yeah. And so the window clings were like $2. So they're cheap window clings, and they're fine on the wood, but on this shitty fake leather that's really ugly anyway.
I'm willing to bet the repairs are going
leached
to cost
into
more
it.
than $2.
Yeah, probably.
You guys are going to have all your
But
torpe
we discovered
wiped
that
out.
the white ghosts actually
Pulls it out?
leach
Is that true?
it back, and so we've been putting the white ghosts all over the stains, and it's been pulling the color back out.
Do we have any pictures of this? Of these? I want to insert them into the.
No, but I'm sure we
Volume.
could walk to the bus, which is around the corner, and
We'll have to
take
do
some.
that. But again, for the record, I was not there for any of this destructive graffiti behavior.
It was innocent holiday decorating.
Innocent acts get people killed all the time.
We're still the best bus, and that's what matters.
Oh, hands down, best bus.
Did you tell
so-
them about what we did per your request on the second week of tour?
Oh, we haven't talked
Or was
about it on
it
the
third
show
week of
yet.
tour?
I don't know what it was, but was it in rehearsals that I mentioned it?
It was rehearsals because you made me bring it with me.
I said that at some point. This is also before we knew
I don't know if I know what we're talking
Yeah, you
about.
do. This is before we knew what kind of crew we were gonna have. But I said, Jody, we gotta have a spa night. We gotta have a spa night one of these nights, where we do masks and we just get beautified and just. I
But
don't
you had
know.
a special request.
Well, I demand a peel off mask.
Yes. I
That's
had to
what I
custom
need.
order that.
It's best for my pores. It's best for my complexion. I've done enough over the years to know that the mud ain't doing shit for this. I need to peel off to pull those blackheads right out of my face.
And we only knew us three and Dave that were going to be on our bus at that time. Oh, and Dustin.
Yep.
So we only knew half the bus. We didn't know how the other guys were going to be, what their demeanor was.
They may have thought like it was like, hey man, that's gay or something. Who knows what they would have thought? But
Yeah.
everyone was very
Because
down
they're
with
from
it.
the 90s and they still call
They
everything
still
gay.
say, yeah, masks are gay. Everyone knows it. But we had a spa night, and man, did we laugh! Was I the first one to go? I
Yeah.
went first.
Yeah.
You applied my mask.
When we had various masks to choose from. I brought
We did.
3 or 4 different kinds.
We did. You and I wore the same one.
We set a tone. We put on twinkle lights, and Dustin put candles on the TV.
Yeah, we airplayed, went to
Some
YouTube and played
music.
candles.
Yeah.
It was like a full-on spa going 90 miles an hour down the highway. And only one person had a mishap. And when Jodi was putting the mask on our systems tech, the audio tech, Owen, she did drop a plop on his teeth. She dropped it right into his mouth. And he's this beautiful little Irish man. And he's like, it's getting off my teeth. And it's just like going right across. And he has like nice teeth. And we got it off of there pretty quick, but it stained. It didn't come off at all.
Wild,
I think his teeth might be that fake pleather because it just kept that color, no problem. Oh, were you there when she dropped it in his mouth?
I don't know. I didn't catch that.
And she's
Stop saying it like that. It sounds so rude.
Well, you did, but you're just like, oh.
There was a little too much on the spatula, and it just drizzled. It wasn't like I dropped a big plop in his mouth.
We also we started pre-spa night. There was some wine. There was some edibles.
We definitely had one, yeah.
And I started applying your mask.
And you were stoned as hell.
No. It started when I was a little stoned, and I stopped when I got real stoned when I forgot what I was doing.
Somebody else had to finish it.
Yeah, we had to hand it over, Mike.
Did you see that?
Well, Mike walked on because we were doing this during pumpkins.
And then
He walked
and you guys
in,
had already started.
and he was like, "What is going on in here?"
You looked like a wrestler. You looked like the Ultimate Warrior.
I love that.
And then I think it was Dustin had one. It was like the more like a paper one.
He looked like
he looked like gold dust or something.
He looked like a Fabergé egg. Is
He
what Dustin looked
he had
like.
a sheet mask. He opted for not the peel off, but he wanted a sheet mask, and it was gold leopard patterned.
He looked like a luchador.
He did.
Very much like a luchador.
It was lovely.
and-
You had we didn't have cucumbers though.
But what did I use?
So Dan had birthday cake Oreos.
You goddamn right.
There's a photo of that.
Goddamn right. And it's an applause sound. Don't worry about it. Just pretend like you can hear it. Just laugh along. Great. There's nothing going on. So
Best Bus.
it feels like each night is spent, people unwind, have some laughs, talk very little bit about the show, but not much. And then a lot of Beavis and Butthead. Are you over it? Are you over it, Mike?
I don't watch it as much as you guys. I really liked the Mike Judge
Tales from the Tour Bus.
the one on, I forget if it was on George Clinton or if it was on Parliament, but
It was kind of the same both.
yeah, that was awesome.
Yep.
That was really
We
good.
pretty much only watch Mike Judge related things on the bus.
Yeah, he really should send us stuff.
And
As much as we consume his media on
And
our
really,
bus.
there's only like 9 or 10 new Beavis and Butthead episodes, and we just keep watching the same ones over and over and over
It's
again.
like on repeat, but everybody's so stoned on on cannabis gummies that I don't think anybody
It's new
realizes
every time.
it's the same one that we watched.
It's
the
new
night
every
before.
time. It's so
Yeah.
good. And last night we were watching Eastbound and Down again.
That was good.
Which is also great to mix it up a little bit. Is this the best bus you guys have been on, or have you been on equally good buses?
I think this is probably,
Top 2 or 3
Yeah.
for me for sure.
I mean, coolest tour.
Yeah. As far as
I think as far as buses go, this is the one that I feel like the people on it are the most cohesive with how I am, so it feels the most comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on different ones, like through my touring career that, like I've been on the party buses in my 20s, and that was kind of fun. But
Ours is so chill.
Ours is so chill, and it's exactly where I want to be. This
There's no
age
madness.
and like where we are in our touring careers. Like it's so perfect, and we all get along. Like there's nobody really on the bus that we're like, screw that guy.
It's great. And the other night, I mean, we accomplished something
Oh dear Lord.
that I'm just so proud of. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of the 7 others. So there was one night we fit 6 people in our very small bathroom, and we were like, because everyone else was asleep. The other 4 people were asleep. And in my mind, I was like, we got to try for 10. We have to try for it. And then was it the next night we attempted 10?
Very next
So
night.
the next night, we got all 10 of us. And we got some tall motherfuckers in there.
Oh yeah, and some big guys.
Yeah. And we
I
got
saw
some
in
broad
the
shoulders.
Comments, I forget who it said, but it said Dustin counts as 2.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. I think that was Brendan Buckley.
Yeah.
Another great drummer from Kind Heaven and Morrissey.
Yeah,
and
probably. How tall
Good
is
guy.
How tall is Dustin? Like
6'3", 6'3",
Is he-
6'4"?
I thought he's 6'4",
Maybe.
6'5".
Maybe.
Like, he's a tall fella.
We got a couple just big dudes, and we got
do?
all 10 of us in there. But we also have a
The
couple.
smallest ones.
Like Mike's very thin, and our new guitar tech Lawrence is a tiny little guy, and he was like basically.
He's like
I feel like he
Radomski's
was
older brother.
sitting inside of the toilet water tank, and just his nose was popping out like a gnome kind of guy.
Yeah.
But he fit perfectly. There's a video
waiting for the
on
video.
Jody's Instagram. It's on my Instagram. You can see us accomplishing this. And of all the hard work we've put in, of all the great shows we've had, all the memories we brought thousands and thousands of people in the audience, this is by far the greatest thing that we've done on the tour. Would you agree? Yet. Are we going to put more in the bathroom? Or we got to see how many we can fit in a bunk. Because we got some small bunks, and I've been told by another touring friend that they got 6 people in a bunk before, in a normal bunk.
These are not normal bunks.
I don't think we can get 3 in one of these.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you can't turn sideways in it.
No, you can't. 6. Oh, Mike's also a germaphobe, so 6 people in a bunk for him is probably his worst nightmare.
I thought 10
It's one
people
thing
in the
standing up, but like the pressure that tight in a bunk is.
I'd have to be the last
You'd have to stack them like cookies, where it'd be like someone's back is up against the wall, and then you have to all be laying kind of on a shoulder, and it have to be all small people,
like same, like everybody's heads on the same side and everybody's feet, or like reverse.
like 69 kind of style.
That I think that's how you would fit best, but I wouldn't do it. I would have to be the last one, and there's no way.
We could get you two, Lawrence, Dave, our monitor guy. We could get the 4 of you
Maybe
in a bunk.
Owen,
Owen.
because he's a smaller guy.
We could get 5 of you in there.
And then maybe Shane would be like the last one if we were trying for 6.
Yeah. We're going to have to try that out and film that. Sorry,
No.
Mike.
Only way I'm in is if I'm the last person.
Mike's going to want to be the last person, too. So maybe you guys can
So maybe
flip-flop
we watch.
like perverts.
We can both
I'll
hold
film.
the camera.
That's good. Well, we're going to try some more things. I love this bus. Having a good time. I had a couple more questions written down for you. Oh. We're 4 weeks in, 5 weeks in? 5.
We left September 28th.
We're home in less than 3 weeks. So I guess we're in our 5th week.
I think there's 11 shows left.
And the-
11 shows left. I think.
Last night, so this is day 37 of 53. And we just did show 21 of 32.
Jodi, can you tell
Actual show or show on the schedule? Yeah.
What would have been?
Jodi, can you tell the audience what you experienced last night when you got into your bunk?
Seriously?
We talked about it a bit on the last podcast, and this person
we?
comes up a lot. That's where the Demogorgon.
Yeah, I talked to him today.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, of course I did. I tell him every time.
So what happened?
Well, it started with the bathroom.
Okay, what happened?
So most people go to the bathroom before they go to bed. At least people in their 40s do. And I lifted the lid of the
On the bus.
toilet, but yeah, on the bus. And on the seat that I, as a woman on a bus rolling 90 miles an hour down the freeway, need to sit on, there's a picture taped to the toilet seat of our friend Steve's penis.
Steve Truitt's Demogorgon penis. The sliced in half picture that has been haunting Jodi since I've known
For
her.
7 years.
And I think I mentioned one of my favorite things in life is finding new ways to show it to you, because you refuse to open any pictures I text to you.
It's true, I don't.
So I have to get creative in the ways to get you to see it.
I think it came up on the screen one night.
Say it again.
I think it came up on the screen.
Oh
one
yeah,
night.
we're on the bus watching TV, and I airdropped it to the screen when your head was down. I said, Jodi, look at that, and you looked up, and it was on the television on the bus.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
one of my more creative ones.
Yeah, sure.
And then, so you saw the one on the toilet seat, which, funny enough, I did not do.
I don't believe there's who else. Who did that then?
You're gonna have to do some investigative work, but it was not me. You know it wasn't me, right, Mike? Do you know who it was? If you do, don't tell her. Let her figure it out. But it was.
It's got to be someone who's in on
I
the.
know it wasn't Dan because I saw a high five.
Microphone.
I know it wasn't Dan because there was a high five when you like went to your bunk.
Oh no, the bunk one I did.
No.
Oh,
like
yeah.
After that,
Yeah,
you
yeah. Oh,
walked
yeah,
away
yeah.
and there was a high five. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So is it Dave Brown?
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
It's got to be somebody who's in on this gag.
Maybe. So after you find
it
the
could
one,
be Dustin, but he's just too kind.
oh, he's not as kind as you think he is. That guy,
Dustin,
he
if
has
it
some
was
funny
you.
ideas. So when you go to your bunk, okay, so the one on the toilet,
Like, no, trust me, it looks good.
microphone.
With
Microphone.
do like the face mask again, but like get like custom ones printed and just has that on his face.
The dick face. That's a really good
Put them
idea.
all
Can you
over
do
each
custom
of you.
ones? So the one on the
Or,
toilet
like, when it
seat,
gets moist or something, like it starts coming.
gross.
No, it changes color and then you know it's time to take it off.
It gets purpler.
But it's just there the whole time.
So the one on the toilet seat was like the size of a stamp almost.
Yeah, it was a little bigger than that.
So,
And I couldn't sit on it. I couldn't do it.
oh yeah, because you came out and said someone has to remove this, and I was like, well, you have to either sit on the
Because
seat.
it's really difficult
Imagine it,
going down.
Microphone.
imagine it did what the sticky things did to the.
If it stay in the toilet seat.
Oh no! If it
So-
reached onto my butt.
I feel like you're sitting on his penis in a way if it's on the toilet seat.
Exactly. So I
And
couldn't
then-
do it.
and
I
then if
lifted the toilet seat and I hovered
Hovered.
over it with no toilet
Because
seat. And I almost fell and peed on myself.
You also wouldn't take it off with your hands because then you're still touching
I
it.
didn't want to touch it.
But-
Because it's weird. And here's the thing. And this is what Truett and I were talking about earlier. It's because I know him and he's a friend. So it's like, I don't ask my friends to see all their penises. I've never seen either of your penises,
No,
right?
no.
Because you
No,
don't
and you
go
never
around
will.
asking to look at friends' penises. So
But
why
we
do I
have
have
nothing
to keep
special
looking?
to show. His
But
is
why do
special.
I have to keep looking at my friend's penis? It's weird. And he thinks it should be less weird because we're
He
friends.
loves it.
I think it's more weird because
He
we're
loves
friends.
it. He
'Cause
also-
I have to see him. I have to face see him.
So when you went to bed, what happened?
I'm like,
In your bunk?
Yeah. So our bunks are very small. So I jump in and I roll over to go to sleep because you basically have to sleep either face in your pillow or face looking at the ceiling. There's no really other option in a bunk. And there was a big inflated picture of his penis taped to the ceiling of my bunk.
Yeah.
Right
Hell yeah.
in front of my face.
Fucking hell yeah, it was. And that was the bigger printout.
Yeah.
But that
then
one
what
you
did I
touched.
do?
That one you touched.
I touched the tape because you over taped it. So I didn't have to touch the penis
Oh,
to
good to
pull it
know.
off.
Good to know. So I got to get a little bit tighter with the tape. Okay, good to know. And then you came out and you smashed it onto my chest and taped it onto my chest.
Yeah, and then I kicked you.
Oh no, you kicked me because then I came to the bunks and I scared you because you were trying to go to sleep, and I grabbed your shoulder and then you kicked me like 100 times. What, Mike?
I think I was in my bunk at that point. And
Probably.
I heard no. It would have been louder if I was in my bunk.
No,
heard
I was trying.
something
I
so
was like, ow, ow, ow. I was trying to be quiet, but then
And
like
the light kept going on.
she kept kicking me into the lights, so I was turning the lights on when everyone's trying to sleep.
And then it pulled half my curtain down.
Then as I'm being kicked, I'm turning around trying to shut them off, and then I come back around. You kick me back into the lights again. It's like
Because I fucking hate you, and I just can't stop it once the aggression starts.
my arm still hurts today. I don't think I've ever been kicked. You kicked me 50 times, probably.
I don't know, but it ripped like half my curtain off my bunk.
Yeah, fucking. You
But wait,
deserved
what
it.
did you tell me the other day about getting hit?
Oh, I said that I was thinking about this because you punched me the other day. I didn't ask for it. You just did it out of nowhere.
No.
So you punched
Everybody
me,
knows
and I
what
had
I
this
mean.
realization that nobody in my life has punched me more than you have. Nobody. Not
I feel like that's an
siblings,
accomplishment that I will gladly accept.
not my stepfather. Like nobody. You've hit me more than anyone. And
but
that's
for
pretty
the
cool.
record, so that not all of your listeners think I'm such an asshole, you deserved every single one.
I'm not gonna deny that. Although sometimes your actions are very fierce, but also like I am messing with the bull. Mess with the bull, you get the horns, and you're the bull.
There you go. I'm okay with that.
So it is what it is.
Mike,
but-
have you ever punched Dan?
No, we get along really good.
Not even once?
Microphone.
No,
Have you ever wanted to?
no. What? I don't want to punch anybody because then I'm just gonna get it back.
Have I ever bothered you? Have I ever made you upset?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't want to make you upset. What?
I just hate when people put their shit on my cases because then I can't do anything.
What? What I put in your case? Just like a drink?
No, like, and it's not necessarily you. Like, the shit comes riding in, or like the other day, all the local guys, it's like I always get my cases lined up so that they're ready like to go. I don't do anything like that isn't purposely done. And it's like a fucking banquet table. Everybody comes and sits and eats their lunch and all this. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. And then I come back and there's fucking food all over the cases. It's like, no, not you,
Okay.
not you.
Yeah, I wouldn't do
I'm
that.
just saying, I get frustrated when we load in and everybody's like doing their shit.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I got to take shit off of all my cases before I can even start.
That is one of the downfalls of having the biggest cases on the tour.
I fucking hate it.
I've
been thinking in my head, because I've been talking to you, I want to get a work box.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder if I can make them like
Slanted?
like
What a prick.
and put like fucking like screws and spikes and stuff on them. But then it's like not that
You know
you're
those
gonna get
things?
hurt,
Those
but
things
just
outside
inconvenience enough.
of businesses where to keep pigeons off, they have like those spike
Oh,
strips.
yeah.
Yeah.
You want those on your cases?
Yeah.
That's fucking dark, dude.
Or if he just did studded.
But it's not like fuck off, don't touch my stuff. It's I can't do my shit because you're on the other side of the room and you left your fucking food here.
Yeah.
Or I gotta lift somebody else's stuff, and then you're gonna be like, "Where's my shit?"
That is usually something that local crew, like in each city, the locals make themselves very comfortable sitting on our shit and eating off of our cases. That it is a little
They
crazy.
do it to mine
Local
too.
guy, and I never did that shit.
You're considerate.
Fucking never did that.
You're considerate.
If
a lot of people are
local,
not.
local stagehands or anybody who works at a venue are listening to that, that is like our least favorite thing that they do. Setting a drink, even a bottle of water, because we have to go in and out of those cases. They do it to the wardrobe cases constantly. So I feel your pain.
We
I've thought
appreciate
about
your help.
making them studded.
Or they push a wardrobe case over and break somebody's foot.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some
that happened.
locals. They're. Let's be real. A lot of them are not professionals. It's like part-time work, or someone calls them in to help. They're just. No, I'm not saying they're just, but they're there. They're just strength to move cases around, and usually they're wonderful. Sometimes they're not, and when they're not, boy, are they frustrating. So if you are a local stagehand, just be a little considerate of
PSA.
where you leave your trash or your garbage, and also when you're pushing cases, just look for people's ankles. That's all we're really asking.
Dustin said somebody hit him twice the other day.
Dustin tends to get hit a lot, and he doesn't take it very well.
How do you hit Dustin? He's like 6'4".
I don't know.
Ankles.
He does have ankles.
He was probably over here, but his foot was back.
That's true. He was because he was one step ahead, which is like 19 feet. He's like, but his back foot was behind him.
Yeah, so I apologize if I sound like an ass, but yeah, like especially food. Fuck off.
Yeah, you heard it from Mike. Fuck off. And Jodi, the pranks are not over. There's already some you haven't discovered.
Oh, Jesus.
And there's so many more to come. So many more to
Why,
come.
though? Like, why? Can we just pass this on to somebody else at some point? Like,
If you can find someone who hates it as much as you do,
what about there's another female on on our crew.
but I'm not comfortable enough to harass her with a penis yet.
I feel like
What
it took
what
you
we're doing-
half a day before you started doing it to me.
No, well, you're also we have a bond. We have a Boston bond, which means I know you can take some ribbing and some ball busting, which is true. You've also seen way worse, like being a military veteran. Like I know you can take it, but I also know like you've also been through enough where maybe I shouldn't put more traumatic things in front of you. So it is a fine line.
At some point, there's gonna be a break,
It's
and
a
I
fine
don't know
line.
if either of us are gonna know when it's coming.
We'll know.
Is one of these things?
No, it's all good. Yeah, mine's still going. But yeah, there's more to come. Truett knows of some of the ones that are up and coming. Don't you dare ask him. He won't tell you.
I'm gonna ask him.
No, he won't tell you. He won't fucking tell you. And if he does, I'll kill him. And I'll
Slice his dick up.
More than
wait a
it
minute.
is.
I ran one. Did I run one by you that we decided we couldn't do, Mike?
There was one that you decided you couldn't do.
I still want to do it, but the crew talked me out of it. Should we talk about it?
Yeah.
I still want to do it. Okay, tell you what. I'll concede this one, and I won't do it to you. But I'm going to tell you what it was, and I think it's fucking brilliant.
I'm scared. Do you know what it is?
Maybe.
He will, because I think he was one of the ones that said you can't do that. The majority of people said you can't do that one. I wanted to take one of the small ones and put it over your passport photo so that when we were going through the Canadian border,
No, you can't do that one.
I know, but how great it would have opened up and seen a
I wouldn't have seen it though. The border patrol would have
Exactly.
seen it, and that's why you can't
and
do it.
they would do this thing where they'd pick up they'd open it and they'd be like, did you have surgery? Like, what is wrong with this
I
picture?
don't think they would have gotten that far. I'm pretty sure they would have opened it, realized it was a sticker on
Again,
top.
I was going to put a deformed, mutilated penis over Jodi's passport photo as we were going into Canada.
So apparently you love sitting at the Canadian border because we all know
This
how
is the
much
issue.
they like jokes.
It would have delayed us. It could have delayed us 3 or 4 hours, maybe. But
Yeah, or
also,
more.
but then I also realized that person really doesn't deserve to see something like that.
Neither do I.
You deserve it though,
Why?
because of your overall demeanor, your overall attitude. You kind of, your demeanor screams, "Do this to me."
What?
I'm just thinking. I was like, okay, no, we're good. No, because we're talking about your feet not reaching the floor, and I'm like, you're like a head above me.
But you're also slouching like a motherfucker right now, Mike. Because it's a
That was so
comfortable,
left
it's a
field.
comfortable podcast. We're talking about penises, and Mike's like, "I think you might be taller than me."
I think that the penis talk is making the Canadian uncomfortable.
Maybe.
Or maybe it was the Canadian border talk. Yeah.
But can I at least get props? Like that would have been a tremendous prank, like a legendary prank.
I mean, it would have been funny, but it
Legendary.
not for the reasons I think you think.
Legendary though. Admit it.
Moving on.
Want to move on to something cool that you did?
I feel like that's an awkward transition, but go.
No. So because we're talking about all the cool shit I do with the penises and stuff. I'm excited to see something that Jodi recently worked on. There's a movie coming out called Weird, which is the Weird Al kind of official. Is it a biopic? Is that what that's called?
It's a biopic.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah, it's a biopic.
Not
And-
biopic.
No, it's a bio, like
That
biography.
makes a lot more sense.
Picture. Yeah, it's a biopic, about Weird Al. And but if you're familiar with Weird Al Yankovic, he writes parodies. So the movie is also kind of a biopic parody.
Interesting. And what?
was this something that was happening years ago and then it didn't happen? Because I think I heard about this before.
Yeah, there's a short on YouTube that you can look up that of the same name that they made, and then our director Eric, he wrote it and directed it and Al produced it, and it's gonna be fucking amazing.
What was your? So Jodi, we mentioned it on the last podcast. Jodi also works in television and film, and I think you have different titles there too. What did you do on this particular movie?
On this one, I worked for the assistant director department as a production assistant, but specifically my role was to run, we call it running first team, which basically means that my job is to take care of the cast.
Like wrangle them and get them to set, or
Yeah,
just make sure they're taken care
there's-
of? Or?
There's like a version of me that's at base camp, and
Yeah.
then in the mornings I help that person and we get them through like hair, makeup, costumes. And then when the first actor goes over to the set, I travel with them. And then it's essentially my job to keep track of them, to get them into the set when from holding, move them in when they're requested by the director, keep them informed of like, you know, hey, we've got another 2 scenes here, and then you're going to head back to base, change, like running the day with them just to make sure everybody's moving in the right place, to make sure I have the right cast there.
I mean, it's a full cast too. Like,
It is.
can
a
you
who's
give
who.
us 5 to 10 people who are in this thing?
Oh my gosh, they're so. I mean, it was such an amazing cast to work with for me that it's one of the
Daniel
ones.
Radcliffe plays
Daniel
Al?
Radcliffe plays Al.
Okay.
Evan Rachel Woods plays Madonna, so those are 2 of my favorite. And then I kind of don't want to tell you because I kind of don't want to give it away.
No, but
So
can
those are
you
the
talk
2
about the ones that are known? Because there's a trailer
Those are known.
out.
I really don't want to give you more because it's coming out tomorrow. The cast and crew party is
You've
today.
told me a couple that are in there, but
Yeah.
what
Huh?
Mike?
Do you play Weird Al?
Me?
Oh no,
No, Daniel Radcliffe does.
but Jodi did play Weird Al on Halloween, and we're
I
gonna post
did.
that picture right here to show Jodi in her Halloween costume, which was unreal.
Well, so that came from the show. So on the last day of filming, the whole crew dressed up as Weird Al for our, well, not the, it was the last day Daniel Radcliffe was going to be there.
Okay.
So it wasn't actually our last day of filming, but it was really close. And so
That's a wrap on
or
Daniel.
was it the last day and then Daniel showed up? I can't remember. But either way, we all dressed up, the whole cast dressed up.
Did you take their wardrobe?
No, so most of us, so we do this thing on film sets on Fridays where it's Hawaiian Shirt Friday, and I don't know where the tradition started, but it's been going on for years. So a lot of crew already own Hawaiian shirts.
And that's his thing anyway.
Al's thing. So some people went out and bought it. Some people wore some of the cast costumes, and we all got wigs and glasses and mustaches, and we all showed up with fun socks, Hawaiian shirts, and glasses, mustaches, the whole shebang. And so for Halloween, I just added to it by getting a little toy accordion and just kind of went for it.
Did you bring the accordion on tour, or did you get it?
I did.
You did?
I brought it with
You put it in
me.
your goddamn lug?
I sure did.
Wow. I want to play the video that was posted. Do you still have that video?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
The one from Instagram.
Yeah.
Somebody took it. Yeah.
So
I don't
good.
know who took that one, but yeah.
That was a tremendous thing. Have you seen the movie yet?
So I haven't. Today is actually the cast and crew premiere party, like our wrap party, premiere party, happening back in LA. And I was very close to pulling the trigger to flying back because we had today off, but I couldn't find a flight to get me back in time for show tomorrow. And I'm really, really, really sad and bummed out about it. But they're premiering it today in LA. It premiered last night in New York. And then tomorrow it comes out on Roku channel. And Funny or Die, I think, also is releasing it, or it might just be.
I assume you're going to say yes, but honestly, do you think it's going to be a great movie? It looks like it's going to be great.
It is.
Okay.
And for like the first, I don't even know what it is officially, and my Veronica and Eric are probably going to kill me, but it was like 2 or 3 weeks that after its initial premiere at the Toronto Film Festival, it was 100 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Which is hard to do.
And it's still like top Rotten, like it got like some special word because it's got such high ratings on Rotten Tomato, and it's been out now for a little bit. So
I've heard that Daniel Radcliffe is wonderful. Is it true?
Hands down, one of my favorite people I've gotten the opportunity to work with. Yeah.
That's
He's
cool.
As genuine and down to earth as I've ever worked with. And yeah, very grateful.
It seems like just by watching interviews and talk shows that he's just like a laid back, funny, gets it kind of guy. And it sounds like what you're saying is he's that off camera too.
He is. He's also a very hard worker. He's always running his lines. He's very focused.
Yep.
But he's also very kind. So he takes the time to say hi to everybody and get to know the people that he's working with.
Like you and Mike.
Like me and Mike.
Yeah.
I missed a bit of that.
Where'd you go,
Are you
Mike?
okay, Mike?
No, you're talking about Daniel Radcliffe, and somebody was talking about him recently, and I don't know what it was because I don't know if it was a dream or if it was an actual conversation that he came up.
Mike, did you have some of the wheat gummies from the bus?
Do you want it? Mike had a traumatic experience the other day. Can we talk about it for a minute?
Absolutely.
Mike,
please take this.
No. Mike had a horrible dream. Do you want to talk about it?
No.
We're talking about it.
No, I don't want to talk about that.
Talk into the fucking microphone, Michael.
I had a dream that I got fired
By who?
by Billy Corgan. And it didn't make any sense.
Mostly because you don't work for them.
No, because I posted something.
Forecasting.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I posted
Prophecy.
something, and I don't want to give anything away from our show or anybody else's show. So it was clips from the 3 bands, but I left all the audio out, except for there was like a clip of Jane's bowing, and you could hear the cheering, and the last clip was Billy screaming, and it was fucking amazing, and I wanted to put it in, but I'm like, there's a little bit of it, and then it cuts out, and I was like, fuck. Is somebody going to be mad because like I put in like a clip of their show, and then I think I dreamt of it because I was laying in my bunk
Dude, Jack Bates.
editing this fucking thing. But then, yeah, Jack said he saw it and
No.
he reposted it.
But Jack Bates, who's the bass player for Pumpkins, posts video of Jane's every day.
yeah, I
almost.
know, but he's in the band.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just the guy, and
But
I don't want to give
he's
away
not in
anybody's.
our band. But like
Yeah.
you can post. There's 1,000 people posting videos every day. Like you're allowed.
I know.
You just can't post stuff from like backstage
No, yeah, I know.
of of them, whatever they do. I don't know what the fuck they do back there, picking fights, or I don't know what they do. What do they do? About nothing.
I don't know. I never
Dog
seen
fights. They do a lot of illegal dog fighting in the Pumpkins camp. Oh, it's brutal. Did I let that out? Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
You're gonna get in a lot of trouble.
They don't do dog fighting. No one does
I know,
that.
but you say stuff and it ends up in articles.
That's none of it's true. There's nothing bad going on backstage. There's no dog fighting. There's no dog fighting. There's a little dog fighting.
There's
Is that what you want from me? Is that what you want?
this backstage is actually the most tame backstage out of both camps that
There was
of any
nothing
tour I've
wild.
been
It's
to.
just like it's people like calmly walking through hallways and saying,
It's very quiet.
The Pumpkins guys are so kind. The whole band is great. There's family out there. Our camp is very quiet and just like
until they start warming up.
yeah, and everyone's getting along. It's very nice, very very nice. It's a good vibe. I do really wish that Navarro was here to partake in this fun with us. It's very very strange.
It's weird being out here on a Jane's tour without him.
Yeah.
Like it's strange for me to set up the dressing room and not set up his station and the things that I normally do for him. Yeah.
You're not dealing with 3 or 4 hats now either, which is
and those hat boxes.
The hat box take a lot of real estate. Is your load less now?
No.
Really?
Yes and no.
Oh, because Troy Van Leeuwen wears suits, which must be a bit of a
so that makes it a lot more. Dave's clothes are small.
right.
He wears very tight pants. He wears a lot of cut off stuff up top. So his stuff
Lady Gap.
is no. It's funny. I actually found where I order his pants and stuff from in my emails the other day. But his stuff just takes up less space. Troy wears suits, so there are 3 pieces.
Does the vest too?
And like the shirt,
yeah.
the jacket, the pants.
He looks slick up
And
there.
he's got like 4 different ones out on tour with us and a bunch of ties, but luckily the ties didn't make it past the second show. So we're just,
he ditched the ties?
yeah, the ties have ceased.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yep.
Interesting.
But then Eric has quite the collection of sneakers.
Are they all Vans?
No,
Okay.
he doesn't wear Vans.
You
on
wore Vans last
stage.
night. He
He's
wears
wearing
Vans often.
Nikes.
Oh, he was wearing Vans last night.
He had his Nikes on last night because I remember putting up the
Oh,
colorful.
microphone, Mike.
I see him wearing Vans.
Yeah, he wears Vans a
But
lot.
last night he wore the Nikes.
Oh, I don't remember.
He was
Last
wearing.
night he wore the yellow, red, and white.
It was
and
Vans
black
with lightning
suits.
bolts on them.
I swear they were the Nikes.
Someone's never.
I've seen the black and gold Nikes, like the Jordans, and then there's Vans that are high tops, and there's yellow, red, black, and maybe some blue.
And that's what he wore last night.
Okay, maybe
Jody's
they
not very
are
good at her
Vans.
job, and now we know.
They're in his case. They
You were
take up a
thinking
lot of
about
space.
Truett's dick the whole night. You couldn't
Oh,
even keep track.
God.
Guys, we're gonna wrap this up because my voice is getting worse and worse. I had a really sore throat yesterday. I'm probably getting you guys sick.
Probably from playing with Truett's dick.
That's not cool. That's just not cool. I've been not sleeping
was
very
pretty
much,
good.
so we're going to wrap this up. People are going to be so happy to hear from you guys again. Thank you for joining again. Can we do it again sometime?
Yeah, but Mike didn't tell his poo story.
Is there another poo story?
I told my poo story.
You told last time, but is there a new poo?
Didn't you say there was a new poo story when he asked?
Oh no, yeah. So the other day, I forget.
Let me take that mic real quick. I got one for
So,
you.
no. The other day,
This one's a real poozy.
there was
Date request. He gets the poo stories.
Yeah.
there was something going on in a text message, and I said something like, "Oh yeah, like I shit everywhere again" or something, and then my phone like shut off for the.
Yeah. So you sent this
the
text.
update.
You sent this text, and then there was just radio silence from Mike for a while.
Yeah, and then I
Like,
got back. I
what?
was like, I was joking.
So for there's like 15 minutes where we thought Mike was just horribly shitting all over the place. But really, you guys, this is next week will be the 200th episode that we've done of this, and the episode with you guys last time is probably the most feedback I've ever gotten on a show. And I interviewed a cannibal, an actual cannibal, and more people had comments about you guys, and more interest, and more just positive feedback. So I knew, like, I don't think I've ever had someone back so quickly, but people love you guys and love hearing this kind of insight. So thank you for
rate your bandmate thing so that there's something else out there.
tell this idea. You had this idea.
Well, because last time when we were on, we talked about how I was doing the dating thing and
Not bandmate, crewmates, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
crewmates.
Okay.
We were talking about that and how I was rating them on my Instagram, and that kind of it's still happening, but we're obviously on a little hiatus because we're out here on the road.
You
so
can't slut it up on the road like you can back
it's
at
tough.
home.
I mean, I'm still talking to 4 guys right now, setting things up for when we get back.
So
but
am I.
I figured probably some of the same ones.
Yep. Beavis, Butthead.
But I've started collecting videos without most people knowing, aside from you, and I'm gonna start doing a rate your busmate. So instead of rating my dates, I'm gonna rate my busmate.
Rate my mate.
Rate my mate.
Are you rating on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yes,
Of like,
always 1 to 10.
And what is the rating system? Or you don't know yet?
Well,
Microphone.
No, is this something that's like coming out live as you're doing it, or are you collecting stuff and you're going to put something together afterwards?
well, I've been collecting them, but then I'm gonna start now that we're in the 2-week window, like because there's only 10 of us, so 9 people for me to, unless I start jumping onto the other bus. But I think it's more funny because I share buses with you guys. I'm gonna do a little clip and then rate what it is like to live on a. I
better be your favorite
of what
person
it's
on the
like to
bus.
live on a tour bus with each of you, because
What's the criteria? Like, what's the? Is
Mike,
it just like, yeah,
stop.
it's okay.
When you want
Or
to say
is it-
something, do this. Put your hand up so she knows to give you the microphone. There you go. Great. Go.
I'm just curious. Like, is there like 10
can put it down
things, and it's like yes or no, and then that
Criteria. Like, what's the
creates,
criteria?
Like
The
10
criteria.
or-
well, what's like your criteria for living that makes someone compatible?
Cleanliness,
Yeah.
humor.
It's just like going on a date, except I have to live with you guys. So it's sort of a lot of the same things of like how compatible it is to live with you guys on a bus. And like, yeah, cleanliness comes into play. Like, how long can you tolerate sitting by someone, and what it's like, can they hold a conversation? Do you want to punch them on a regular basis? You know, just the normal things.
I must rank pretty high on that
Are they
one.
cute?
Yeah. I think we have a pretty cute bus, right? Overall,
Yeah, it's actually not terrible. Yeah.
not terrible. There's some
'cause,
handsome
like,
fellas.
I have to live with you guys. So in my mind, when you're on tour, you're all just like family.
My
There's
co-host-
nothing that goes
Put the masks out. Like, you guys got to clean your shit up.
My co-host
beautify your bus.
my co-host came to Milwaukee. Heidi came to Milwaukee, and Dave Brown, our audio guy, is a big fan of this show. Before we started touring, he's a Rare Form fan,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he told
and
me.
he was like
listens.
eager to meet Heidi. And Heidi said, "You didn't tell me he was a heartthrob."
"Ooh,
a
Dave
heartthrob.
Brown's a cutie. Yeah,
He's a handsome fella.
He's a good. We got a couple good looking ones. Dave Brown is very much taken though, so don't
Very
take that
taken.
out of context.
Yeah,
Anybody.
none of that matters.
He's a
People
good-looking-
people
he's a
can be
good-looking guy.
attractive and also
Yeah.
be taken, and we can acknowledge it. It's fine. Do I want to fuck them? Yes, but I can't
Yeah, you do. pretty-
yet. But as soon as if they ever happen,
Have you
with him,
presented it with the Arnold combo?
No, but we can't talk about that.
Okay.
That's private.
Okay.
That's
next,
private.
Next time.
But yeah, we got some good looking folks. I want to see Mike over there grow a beard, some stubble.
Dina sent me a picture the other day where I had a mustache.
I don't want that. Oh, I saw that, didn't I?
I think you may have.
Can you do me a favor and not shave for the next week?
It'll drive me mental.
I don't care.
It'll
You do
drive
it.
me
Just do it for
mental.
me. Shave the neck.
Nah.
Do it.
We'll see. I don't have my conditioner anymore, so maybe I just won't do any cleaning.
All right, I really want to wrap up, but I gotta take issue. So, as we're like setting up to record this, Jody's
I knew there was a conversation going on. Like,
no. Well, no, I was standing next to her. And
Because you called.
because you called.
Because I didn't want to text you. It's faster.
It's true. None of that matters. So Mike, we were in Detroit last night, and Mike took a shower, and he left his conditioner in the shower. So you'll have your moment in court, my friend. You'll have your day in court. So Mike calls Jody to be like, hey, I left my conditioner, and this is what I'm hearing. And she goes, yeah, well, I'll call and see if we can track down your conditioner. And she gets off the phone. She starts texting. She doesn't say the word to me. I say, what happened? Did Mike left his conditioner in the shower in the last gig? She goes, yeah, so I'm trying to track it down.
Thank you, by the way.
So I was like, oh, it must be some hoity-toity, fancy-ass conditioner. And she goes, not really. Not really.
I just spent probably $120 on this fucking jug of it. And when we went home, I topped it up. So the little ones are like $30, $35 a thing. And I can't find them anywhere except for one store.
Yeah.
And I had another thing that was fucked up that I had to replace when we were on the road, and I could never get it. I called, they're like, we're going to call you back. And they never call back. I can't get to the fucking store.
I lost $300 AirPods on this tour. Know what I did? Fucking bought more AirPods.
Why don't you track them down?
Mike, if you want your conditioner like sent to you, it's gonna cost more than it is to
I'm just curious where it went. If it's there, it's not a big deal.
It's definitely
Send me
there.
some fucking conditioner.
So you want Heidi? I mean, you want Jodi to call the.
Remember the other night when you smelled my hair? Yeah. Did it smell good? There you go.
He has a
just
point.
For me.
He has a point. So you want Jodi to take time on her day off to hit up the venue
I didn't want you
just to find out that it's still there.
I don't expect people to give me, hey, can I have the representative from the venue last night? Can I have their number? I need to call them about my fucking conditioner.
It's fine.
But if
I
you
messaged
want to give
him.
it to me, I'll call. I don't mind doing the legwork. I just want to know where it is. I'm going to put a fucking tracker on my conditioner now.
Also, you can get it for $16, Mike. I looked it up.
$16 is like the
Canadian
sample
though,
size.
Canadian.
It's like 16. It's like a small Coke. I forget the amount, but it's like a small Coke can.
What brand are we talking here?
I don't need it.
Listen. Our listeners are very generous, and maybe they'll hook you up. So
My wife knows the fucking
R
owner,
and Co.
and
It's
we're
R
sorting
plus.
out getting me some right now. She worked with the president of the company, and we're sorting stuff out.
Oh, thank God! So it's not a complete tragedy.
It's a fucking tragedy.
Together, we're gonna get through
I can't see
this.
what my hair looks like now.
It
I
looks
used to
killer,
have really
dude.
nice hair. Now I'm fucking bald.
It looks-
and it's a fucking rat nest, and I cut half of it off.
The cut looks nice.
You know how I was in the shower before I came? I couldn't comb my hair in the shower
Why?
because I need fucking conditioner. You remember that really nice hotel?
If you're
that we
wondering
stayed
why
at
you're
at
bald,
the beginning of the tour?
if you're wondering why you're balding, don't comb your fucking hair in the shower.
then I don't like the way it looks.
But you'll have more hair.
No, it's not why. It's because I'm fucking balding.
But why do you think that combing your wet, tough hair is good for balding or
It's
bad
not
for balding?
tough.
Yeah, it's fine. You can.
No,
comb your hair in the shower with conditioner,
I have
and
a
it's actually
thick-
encouraged.
It's harder to get through there when it's wet.
No, it's no. Not
I
at
worked
all.
in a salon for 3 years. I know this stuff.
Why do you think they
did.
wash your hair? Because it's fucking gross. So they can put their hands in it and then they condition it and it's clean and easy to work with.
That's not why they wash your hair.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Why is it?
They wash your hair so it's easier to cut with the blades, but they don't and then they dry it a lot too before they start combing through it. They don't comb through like super wet, soaking wet hair. Mike.
I wash my hair every
Thank
once in a
you.
while. I condition my hair and I comb through it with the thick claw comb brush thing.
Yeah.
Wide tooth, thank you.
Yeah.
In the shower. And then when I get out, I do like one thing and then sometimes it
There goes
like
all your
this,
hair.
and it goes back.
Fucking 16,000 hairs each pull you do.
That's what?
16,000 hairs
Yeah.
each time you pull that comb through.
Well, fuck,
Man.
I go in the middle. That's that spot.
I think your hair looks beautiful. I hope that together with the people around you that care for you, you can get through the rest of the tour without your conditioner. I think we're gonna.
Not gonna happen.
We will support you as a people.
I tried the hotel conditioner from like the nice place that had the good stuff that like it smelled really good and I liked it. I'm like, I'm gonna try it. It fucking fried my hair and I was bummed.
Man, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It takes a village.
It's rough out here on the road.
It's tough. It's not all glitz and glamour, folks. Sometimes you have the wrong conditioner and things are a nightmare. But we will persevere. We will persist and we will march on. And together we'll get through it, I think. you know, and you have our audience who are all pulling for you, Mike.
Thank you.
They all send their well wishes, and like you can hit him up at Mike G Drummer if you want to like let him know that you also know what it's like to go through something as horrific. Maybe you know, like I lost a friend today, right? And you have the wrong conditioner, so we all have our
I try
things.
not to complain, but
We all have our things, you know, equally traumatic, equally tough. No, it's things. That's the way things go.
no, I think of that stuff sometimes.
Just
I
not
try not to
now.
complain.
What my friend wouldn't do to have conditioner right now, the wrong conditioner. What? Too soon. I know it's too soon. Who cares? That's what we do. Good to see everybody. Thank you guys for coming back. I really do love you both. Thanks for doing this. This is fun. And at GI Jodi on Instagram, at Mike G Drummer on Instagram. Jodi would love to see your dicks. So
Wait, I think you said that at the last one. Did anybody send
did you get any
any?
dicks? Yeah. You got dicks?
I got a lot of dating requests. Oh, stop, Daniel.
You got dating requests?
I did. I mean, I have a.
Oh,
I screenshot and sent you a few of them. I get requests. They go to my request folder.
Someone hit me
They
up.
go to like my hidden requests, and then I like have to figure out.
Someone hit me up and
know.
asked if it would be okay to ask you out. I said, of course. You're not my property.
Yeah,
I'm not her pimp.
I've gotten a few interesting messages, and I replied to all the ones that aren't creepy. Just
No,
I'm a friendly person.
Yeah, very, very friendly.
And so I reply to them, but there is some that they don't come to my regular inbox, right? So like my profile is public, but my messages, if we're not friends,
They go
like
to a general
and if
folder.
it seems creepy, it goes to like the spam one. I don't always check that. So
Are you going to go on a date with one of our listeners? Do you think? Could you possibly?
well, the one that like seemed kind of nice, I responded, but I couldn't see his profile because his was private. So like if you're gonna ask me out, like share your profile, bro.
Yeah. Can you share? Can you like? Is there a setting to share your profile if you're private without going public? Like, can you like an allowance of like?
No, I'm not sure about that. But like
It's like if you send somebody messages like, or is that like a friend request? If you request somebody's friendship, they can see your profile.
I don't think it works that way. No.
No. Oh no, because I've noticed like you'll post something or somebody posts something, and then I'll get like an extra follow, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then I look and I see like your picture,
Right.
like in their friends.
Oh,
I'm like, so it's.
So
That's how I know, like, it's from like you posting something that I was tagged in or something.
right. You got dicks, Jodi?
I thought I did, and I sent them to you. No,
I don't remember that.
I swear I did.
I love that. Guys, please keep sending her
No,
all the
don't-
dicks.
Don't. It'll end up in the spam folder, so I'm not really gonna see it.
But
I'm
don't
busy.
Google dicks. Send your own dick and write her name on it so she knows it's legitimate. It's Jodi. Or even do like at GI Jodi on your dick would be hilarious. And Mike, what do you want pictures of in your
This is
inbox?
just not cool, Dan.
Mike wants pictures of Smashing Pumpkins sent to him.
I just need like a GoFundMe for my conditioner.
We should start a $16 GoFundMe. Help Mike get to $16 to refill his conditioner. We got to do it for
Or
real.
just everybody send that $16 size out. So
Yes.
he has so many of the little ones. They're like one or
One
two
for each
uses,
day.
and then he doesn't have to worry about
Use it, then I'll be okay.
That's right.
Exactly.
Guys, together, we're going to get through these hard times together. We have a couple weeks left.
Couple more weeks.
I'm really enjoying the tour with you guys. I'm very happy that we are part of this amazing crew. And thank you again for doing this episode with me. It's been a blast.
Word.
Anything you guys want to say about me or any kind of compliments for me?
That would take another hour.
Oh, that's nice. Mike, what's your favorite thing about me?
You're funny.
I appreciate that.
You're kind.
Am I kind? I worry that I'm not as kind as I should be.
No. I think if you not if you need to be kind, because you fuck around, but you don't tease me.
No, I love you.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're kind.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're one of the most kind people I've ever met in my life.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Jodi, something about me?
Plead the fifth.
Give me something nice. You never give me anything nice.
I do. I thank you all the time. You always keep my name out there when gigs come up.
Well, that benefits you. I need a compliment that's just for me.
Yeah, but That benefits you too, actually.
Does it?
Yeah.
Just not because I don't believe in karma, by the way.
No, but I mean, like you always request or put out that I'm on tour when we're doing anything.
Hell yeah.
And that I am one of those types of people that when I'm on tour, I make sure the crew is really taken care of.
That's true. So maybe me suggesting you is actually a very selfish move on my part.
Yeah, I believe it is.
It is selfish.
It's like touring with family.
It is selfish in the way that I do want to have people around me that I enjoy being around. So but also I wouldn't suggest you for work if you sucked at it. You're one of the best at it. You care too much sometimes.
I do.
Yes,
I do
Mike?
to a fault.
No, yeah, you guys were saying how like I'm like the hardest working guy, but I could say the same thing about you guys too. So
I didn't
say that before.
You can say it about her.
No, but
not
you
me.
get your stuff done.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
This whole
and
crew
behind the scenes, like what you're saying now, making requests and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you helped me with things.
Fuck yeah.
And Jodi does everything.
Yeah.
So it's like
We are a very self-sufficient and self-regulated crew. Everyone knows their job.
Yeah, well, and
gets it
everybody's here
done.
for each other.
None of us need to be told any day like this is what you got to do today. Everyone just knows.
Yeah.
We are a very professional crew.
I was going to say, everybody's not new. Like, we all know how to do our own gigs,
Yeah.
and that always makes the cohesiveness of working together even better.
And I
Because
switched
we also
gigs.
look out for each other.
I switched gigs mid-tour, which is the
did.
first time in my
You
life.
did.
I
Yeah.
started the tour working for
Now
Troy.
you're on
and
my side of the
now-
stage.
I hate stage left. I hate it.
We hate you there.
It's so crowded. I'm so used to stage right where like I have the whole thing to myself.
Mm-hmm.
No monitor people, no vocal playback, no wardrobe. It's just me and the artist. And now I'm like with all kinds of people.
But you I guess maybe not these shows, but do you normally get people over there watching the show, like the fans and guests and stuff?
Yeah, I do. And which I don't usually mind. But you were talking about people putting stuff on cases.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing that happens too where like guests will get comfortable and they'll put drinks on my work box.
Yeah.
And I have a it's a 2-strike rule.
Yeah.
And I don't care who you are. I will ask you one time to please. I'll be nice. Say, hey, would you mind just don't put your drink on my work box? You can put it anywhere else here. If they put it back again, I've done it 3 times. I knock it over onto their feet, spill it onto their feet. I'm like, I told you once. Now get the fuck out of here. And I love when people are being dicks at festivals. I love having people removed from the stage. That feels good. I had Fred Durst's wife removed from my world once, and that felt really nice. Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Anyway.
We need to let you go so you can get through the rest of this puberty.
It's a long episode. It's an hour and a half. Yes, Mike?
Mad when it fell on their feet. Like, what the fuck?
Of course they did.
What do you think?
And I was like, I told you. I told you once. You mess with the bull. Like Jody, you mess with the bull, you
Okay,
get the
so
fucking
is that a
horns.
1 strike or a 2 strike? Because the 1 strike,
Second strike. It's
and
I
the
guess it's
second time,
you
it's
get
like-
one chance.
Yeah.
I give you one. You
Yeah.
get one.
One courtesy.
2 strikes and you're wet. That's my policy.
But how do you like? Oops.
No,
Or do you just?
I look at them. I look in the eye and go. I knock it onto their feet. It's aggressive.
Because that kind of fucks up your area a little bit too.
It's worth it. If
Yeah.
it splashes my legs,
as
it's
long
worth
as it's
it.
on the floor and not on your case.
Right. As long as it's on their feet and as long as they're annoyed.
This shit's been
My
going
work
through
is
my
done.
head lately.
See, I don't do that. I asked them once, like, hey, could you not put stuff here? Because they do it in your wardrobe. And obviously, like, if you spill some shit on wardrobe, it's just as bad as spilling it on
Yeah.
guitars. It's fucking terrible. I say, hey, can you not put your stuff here, please? The first time, and I hand it back to them. And if they do it again, I just take it, I look
Trash.
at them, and I throw it
Yeah,
in the trash can.
that's a better way to do it.
The thing is, we don't always have trash cans. If you're in the dressing room or whatever, you normally have a can there, right?
No. I'm talking about on stage.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
because normally I'm on stage left, right next to playback. So it's like there's usually a can not too far from anywhere that I am.
That's one thing I've noticed on this tour. I can't ever find a fucking
trash
garbage can
cans.
on stage.
There's none.
Or like the whole
There's none.
area.
You have to walk a quarter mile to find a trash can. Speaking of spilled things, the other night, Perry spilled
It just keeps going.
half a glass of wine on Eric's pedal board. So, but I can't throw Perry's drink away. He's allowed. But it's all good now.
He drinks out of the bottle every night too.
Yeah, they
He
came
gave me
over.
a cup, I think it was last night.
Oh, yeah.
When he went on.
So that's his warm up cup. So fun fact is
It's warm-up wine.
he gets a certain bottle of wine every night, a nice French Margot,
Mm-hmm.
and I pour him 1 cup so that when they warm up, just before they go on stage, he has a little bit to warm up with. The rest of the bottle goes on stage on your drum riser with some ginger sticks.
This is the stuff people love to hear. This
Yeah,
behind-the-scenes
it's a little
stuff that no one
insider
knows.
info. So I cut up ginger strips, like fresh ginger. sticks.
Microphone.
Fries.
What, Mike? You got to talk into the fucking microphone. We're an hour and a half in. When you speak, talk into the microphone.
I thought those were fries.
French fries.
They're fresh
wine
ginger.
and fries. The key to every great singer's, that's a
Wine
secret.
and fries. No, they're fresh ginger that I slice up and he chews on. They're good, So anyway, yeah, I do that. I put that in the bottle of wine, but they warm up and I have to have the bottle placed before that. So I place the bottle, I pour him a cup, he takes it into the jam room with him, and they, But I noticed last night he actually walked onto stage with his warm-up
He did,
cup.
and just
And
handed
I was
off
like,
to
I tried to
whoever's
take it
near.
because normally I take, but you're right.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. I can't talk anymore, so I'm going to wrap this up.
Guys.
It's starting to really hurt. I love you both. Thanks for coming. Thank you guys for listening. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/rareformradio. Sign up on YouTube.
Get down,
Follow on
Pete.
iTunes. Go to Spotify, whatever. Support the show. Love you all. Goodbye.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.